So I'm back here with Dylan Donaka, our broker for the agency Team Hawaii that is powered by EXP Realty. Dylan, if you can share with me, within EXP, of course, there's many teams. So we do have the opportunity to choose teams within the brokerage. Go ahead and share with us the structure of the teams. And then I want to specifically talk about how amazing our team is with the agency Team Hawaii.
Yeah, so big picture, let me just talk quickly about the way EXP is structured. It's one national company, right? There's no franchises or regions or anything like that. And the company hires staff brokers in every state to open the state operation, because that's necessary in every state. And then within the state, you can join as an individual agent by yourself and do business like you would normally, or you can come as a partnership or a small team, or you can join an existing team. It's really up to you and what is attractive and what's going to work best for your business. And so what we have within EXP is we have our own team, and it's not a separate brokerage or a separate operation. We're just a team inside of the brokerage, and we've over the last 3.5 years really developed systems, processes, and culture that I think we would agree greatly benefit agents and really change the game in a lot of ways in terms of our mindset and the way we do business. And so that's something that you really want to consider, is look around, specifically at what are my options. So should I go in as an individual? Should I join a team? Maybe should I just join a small group of people that can support me? But there's multiple layers of support, which is cool, is where you have maybe your sponsor and their sponsor as a support mechanism. You can have your team as a support mechanism. You also have the state brokers who are on duty 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, that are always there. We have state staff that are always there to support you. And then you have the national level support, where you have the national level staff, you have trainers and icon agents that will do 40 plus hours of live training a week in our EXP world. So that really critical lowest level support is going to be your immediate team and the folks that you join with. And you really want to consider that when you join, because they're the ones that are going to be, you're going to be interfacing with on a daily basis in person. And that's something that I think, you've helped us build this culture of just collaboration, support. We all support each other. We're truly a team where we want to see each other succeed, where it's not just you're an individual agent, part of an entity. Everybody helps everyone. We have tons of opportunities to meet, collaborate, tap in, learn. We have tons of training opportunities. And the biggest thing is just the abundance mindset, right? We all believe that the rising tide raises all ships. We don't look at real estate as a scarce environment where if you get a sale, that means I lost, right? That's not how it works. I mean, we can all win together. And that's a really big difference that I think a lot of agents have a hard time wrapping their head around, because they're used to the traditional model of every man for himself, everybody's on their own.
Right.
And, we definitely don't believe in that.
Beautiful. If you can share with us, since starting the team, the vision and the mission, what was your ultimate vision and mission in establishing our team from day one, and then compare it to where we are now?
So the guiding light has always been from the beginning, creating an amazing customer experience, right? I mean, we have to be client first, we have to be customer first, and we definitely share the mindset that we treat all of our clients and the people that we work for as our family, right? We're gonna handle a transaction like we would for a member of our family. And we have a document that kind of lays out our principles and stuff, but that's really the first thing, is customer first. And I always believe that being a individual agent, there is no way that you can provide that level of customer service, because you cannot be everywhere all over the island 7 days a week. You are good at certain things and not good at other things. So you may be amazing at showing property, but you may not be very good at doing the paperwork, or you may not be very good at doing the marketing, or you may not be very good at the listing side of it, but better at the buyer side of it. There's no way each individual agent is good at every single aspect of our business. And I always felt like everything else in life, right? When you go to the hospital, the doctor doesn't do everything, right? You have nurses and specialists and receptionists, and there's all these people that create that experience and care for you. But in real estate, for the last 100 years, it's like one realtor does absolutely everything. And it just doesn't make any sense to me that is a efficient or effective business model to create the best possible customer experience. And so that was always the guiding light from the very beginning of us starting a team, was how do we create a better customer experience? Because we get so many people that complain about realtors, and we have sometimes have a bad reputation in the community, but it's because there's this lack of focus on the customer experience. And so that was the first thing. And then the second thing, which feeds directly into that, is I'm a believer that if you're going to work hard and put the time and effort in, everybody can be successful in this business. I cannot teach you how to work hard and be dedicated to the business, but I can teach you how to do everything else that you need to do to be successful. And so we always, and we have this proof of concept, right? Over and over and over again. We have agents that join that are brand new, that quickly become successful, and they wouldn't have had that level of success at another brokerage. And we've actually had a lot of them that have come from other brokerages. Maybe they did 1 or 2 or 3 deals their first year. They come here and they do 15 or 20 their first year with us and continue to thrive. And that's because we just have systems and support in place that truly do focus on making the agent as knowledgeable and successful as possible, because that then creates a better customer experience, right? So in most brokerages, if you're brand new, you're going to get very little training and support, and you may have one broker that you can go to and ask questions, and they may be available, they may be, they may not be approachable, whatever it is, and it can make your job difficult. Where with us, you literally have 50 other experienced agents that you can go to that will willingly, quickly answer your questions, help you out, go on a showing with you, go to a listing appointment with you, help you do a contract. It's not like you have one point of contact that controls all of the support that's available to you. So that's the biggest thing, is I think we can help agents quickly become successful and learn the business, and the focus is always making sure that we provide the highest level customer experience.
That's beautiful. Definitely glad that I was able to join this team. Speaking of that, the cultural, that we have here on the island, and of course the team aspect, share with us, how do you manage all of us, because we come from different cultures and backgrounds, attitude, characteristics, you name it, you experience it all, and you have just exemplified like the greatest leadership ever. How do you manage all of us?
I don't know if manage is the right term, but
I know, I was trying to figure out
but definitely
how do you do it? Because of course you do it with such grace and integrity and just positive, and it's just been so amazing. So share with us, how do you go about taking care of our team?
I think a couple of things definitely contribute to that in my life. The first one is growing up here on the island in a diverse environment where you're exposed to all kinds of different people and cultures, and so that was helpful. And then the next biggest thing was going into the military. And when you serve in the military, you're put in a unit of strangers that you've never met before, from people all over the country, and even a more diverse backgrounds than you were exposed to wherever you came from prior to it. And we think we're from a diverse area, but then when you're put into an environment with people from all over the country, and sometimes even foreigners, right, that immigrate, that join the military, it really teaches you to not only be accepting of everybody, but really put aside your preconceived notions that you may have had, growing up in life. Because something that I've found definitely in the military, and then has continued to become true in my life, is that you can never stereotype somebody and their abilities, or their contributions to the mission, basically, right? Like you can look at maybe somebody that looks a little bit out of shape and not very intimidating, but he could be the fiercest warrior that you ever had in your squad or your company, right? And the same is true of our team, is that I don't assume anything of anyone. You see people who you think, oh, this person's going to be a great success, and then they're not. And then you also have people you think, well, they're shy and kind of not that outgoing, I don't know if they're going to be very successful, and then they grow into that and become massively successful. And so that's just the way I kind of I believe everybody is capable if given an opportunity. That's been my story my whole life, is I've always been put into positions where I felt like I wasn't ready or I wasn't prepared, but somebody believed in my potential. And so I'm a big believer in potential over experience. I think you can gain experience, you can't necessarily gain potential. If you have it, or the experience will make you super successful. So yeah, I think it's just starting with that mindset and giving people an opportunity. Misti, I trust everybody, right? I start from a position of trust, and until you give me a reason not to trust you, my default position is I will trust you, and then I will empower you and give you as much opportunity as you want. And in the vast majority of cases, people they perform, right? And a lot of times I think in life in general, not just in real estate, but you're always held back because somebody else wants to be somebody else wants to be in charge. They want to be more important. They feel threatened if you're too successful, and I tell you guys all the time. I mean, I want you guys to build something bigger and better than I ever did. That's my biggest dream is that nobody's relying on me for anything, right? I mean, I want this to be a season in life and go on and do bigger and better things. I mean, there's no desire to keep everybody in the homestead forever, right? I want to see everybody even flourish and build their own empire. So,
no, that's great. So on that note, share with us, how do you stay sharp and what inspires you? Because in turn, as iron sharpens iron, you in turn feed that all down to us. So what inspires you to stay sharp?
I'm a constant consumer of information and inspiration. So I don't have very many hobbies. I don't really watch too much entertainment and stuff like that, but I do a ton of listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, YouTube videos from people that have been or done what I would like to do. And so for me, it's easy because it's kind of what that's my hobby, right? Is like personal development and learning stuff and growing, and it makes it really easy because a lot of times people are like, oh, you just have these like, great ideas and all these answers, and really it's like I just ripped them off from somebody else, right? I'm just consuming that information and then regurgitating it. So for me, that's a big piece of it, and then I never miss an event. So I always try and attend every. I early on in my real estate career, I went to a conference and it like exposed me to so much information and so many people that you live in a bubble, right? Especially here on the island, like you don't really see too much outside of the island. You don't even see agents from the other islands sometimes. And when I was exposed to seeing what other people were doing in other markets across the country, the backgrounds, it just showed me that we can do so much more than what we see around us. And so I really try and take every opportunity I have to go and travel, meet people, go to these events and these conferences and see the people that are doing it on a way bigger level than we're doing it, and know that that's possible. Because then once you talk to them, you're like, this person's not that much smarter than I am, like they're not special, right? I mean, and that's one of my mantras too, is that none of us are special, right? I mean, I'm not special. I mean, everybody can do what I've done. If you want to, you just got to put the time and effort in, and that is true of lots of people out there. And I need to go out there and be exposed to those people because that keeps me hungry and sharp, and inspired to keep building it bigger, because we definitely can.
Well, you're definitely doing it. Before we wrap it up, share with us I want to say what's special about our team and what have you implemented, why the agency Team Hawaii. If anyone's looking into joining a brokerage and choosing EXP, what sets our team apart and why should they choose to be a part of our team?
I think one of the foundational cultural aspects that is probably most important is and you know this because you were here from the beginning, is that we had this pay it forward mindset, right? When we came here, my brother and I and you and just a few agents, we came with the mentality that we're going to help each other. We were a small group, right? Like 5 of us. I mean, it was 5, then it was 6, then it was 10, and from day one, every time somebody new joined, we always created that mindset of we're going to help you, pour into you, do whatever we can to support you. And that's kind of flourished into this pay it forward mindset, where when you join the team, everybody is going to be willing to help you. And people are like surprised by that. They're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy, right? But it's like, that's the unwritten expectation, is that when you join the team, you will be helped. So when it comes time for you to help somebody, you just do it, because that's how it was when you got there. And it's created this amazing environment that like only those types of people join, right? If that's not appealing to you, if helping other people is not appealing to you, like, one, you're probably not going to be attracted to us in the first place, but it's going to be a hard environment to operate in, because you're going to be helped. You're not going to be on your own, and you're going to be expected to help other people when the time comes. So, again, it's an unwritten thing, but it was unintentional, definitely. And really in the last year or so, I started looking back and said, how did this happen? Because I started seeing that, even young agents, right, that join 6 months in, they get good at something, and now they want to share their skill with everybody else. And I was like, man, how did this happen? And I started to realize, it started from the beginning with just a few of us, and that it's amazing how that's flourished into such a bigger operation, and it impacted so many people.
Totally. And
we do it, and we do this. We do it outside of the team. It's just not in the team, right? I mean, our mentality is we're putting on events and doing masterminds and doing things for anybody who wants to learn. Because again, we abundance mindset, right? We believe that there's the rising tide raises all ships. We can all succeed together, and we'll continue to live that. We don't just talk about it. I mean, just look at what we do, and it's actions speak louder than words.
No, absolutely. And I thank you. I'm super grateful for Andrew, your brother, that connected you to me, connected me to you, and I was able to be the first agent that joined the team. So thank you, Andrew. I follow smart people, followed you, and look at where we are today. So I am super grateful, to be a part of our amazing team. So thank you, Dylan, for sharing with us the agency team Hawaii that's brokered by EXP Realty.
And thank you for all your leadership, and you're a shining light that definitely leads by example and has brought so many amazing people into the team. So we wouldn't be here without you.
Thank you. Likewise. Thank you.